Howdy, 6th grade. This next lesson, we're going to continue talking about how to divide whole numbers by fractions. And so to start this one, I want to look at this example at the top, the fraction division problem 3 divided by 1/4. And let's go ahead and set this problem up just like we did in the last video by drawing a geometric model. So I'm going to start with my 3 wholes. And now I'm going to divide each of these wholes into fourths. Okay, so now you think, if you take 1/4, how many groups of 1/4, so how many groups of the one piece can you make in this entire model? And hopefully by now you got the hang of this. There's going to be 12 individual 1/4 pieces in this entire model. And so, of course, that means the answer to this fraction division problem, 3 divided by 1/4, is 12. You'll notice that the answer to this problem is the same as the answer to the problem 3 times 4. And that's not really a coincidence. Okay, you could do that for any fraction division problem. You could do that for, let's say, 6 divided by 1/5. Okay, you'd get the same sort of outcome right there. That would be equivalent to the same as 6 times 5. And so what we're going to talk about first in this video is this concept of reciprocals. So going back to my original problem, please notice that 1/4 and 4 are reciprocals of each other. And the definition of reciprocals are any two numbers with a product of 1. So if I multiply 1/4 times 4, remember that's the same as multiplying 1/4 times 4 over 1, I get 1 times 4 over 4 times 1, which gives me 4 over 4, which is equivalent to 1. Okay, so 1/4 and 4 are reciprocals of each other because when you multiply them together, you get an answer of 1. Here at the bottom of this page, we're going to practice finding reciprocals of different fractions. To find the reciprocal of just a regular fraction, all you need to do is you need to flip the numerator and the denominator. To find the reciprocal of a whole number, you write the whole number over 1. That's how we write whole numbers as fractions anyways. And then you flip the numerator and the denominator. To find the reciprocal of a mixed number, first you change it to an improper fraction, and then you flip the numerator and denominator. So each of these examples, we're just going to identify the reciprocal of the number. So starting with example 1, 1/3. To find its reciprocal, I just flip my numerator and denominator. The reciprocal would be then 3 over 1, or that's just the whole number 3. Number 2, 3 over 7. Its reciprocal would be 7 over 3, or 7/3. For number 3, 15, its reciprocal, since 15 is 15 over 1, would then be 1 over 15. And then finally for number 4, we have a mixed number, 2 and 3/4. So the first thing I need to do is change this to an improper fraction. 4 times 2 is 8, plus 3 is 11. So this is 11 over 4 as an improper fraction. And now to do the reciprocal, I flip my numerator and denominator and I get 4/11. The reason why it's important to understand how to find reciprocals is so that you can quickly divide whole numbers by fractions, which is what we're going to do on the back side of your notes. To divide a whole number by a fraction, you simply multiply the whole number by that fraction's reciprocal. Okay, to divide whole numbers by fractions, we multiply the whole number by the fraction's reciprocal. So for number 5 here, I have the whole number 8 divided by the fraction 3/4. So in order to find the answer to this problem without having to draw my diagrams, I'm going to take my whole number 8, and now I'm going to multiply by the reciprocal of 3/4, which we found is 4/3. So now this becomes a multiplication problem. 8, which we'll put over 1, times 4/3. Remember, when we're multiplying, we multiply straight across the numerators, 8 times 4, and then the denominators, 1 times 3. We look for opportunities to cancel, which for this problem we have none. So we get the answer of 32/3, which is improper. So to change this to a mixed number, we need to take 3 into 32. 3 will go into 3 one time. 3 will go into 2 0 times. And so you get a remainder of 2. So this would be 10 2/3 for our answer. Number 6, we have 5 divided by 2/5. We're dividing by a fraction, so we're going to take our whole number 5, and we're now going to multiply by the reciprocal of that fraction. The reciprocal of 2/5 would be 5/2. So this now becomes a multiplication problem, 5/1 times 5/2. I can't cancel anything, so when I multiply my numerators, 5 times 5, I get 25. My denominators, 1 times 2, I get 2. And now we need to change this into a mixed number. So 2 will go into 2 one whole time. 1 times 2 is 2. Bring down my 5. 2 will go into 5 twice. And you get a remainder of 1. So this becomes the mixed number 12 1/2. Okay, for our last problem, 6 divided by 2/3, same thing we've done in the first two. We take our whole number 6, we're going to change this to a multiplication problem, and we'll multiply by the reciprocal. The reciprocal of 2/3 is 3/2. So this becomes 6/1 times 3/2. I do have an opportunity to cancel for this problem. I have a 6 on the top and a 2 on the bottom. 6 and 2 are both divisible by 2. So if I divide each of those by 2, I get a 3 and a 1 in their place. So now this becomes 3 times 3 over 1 times 1. 3 times 3 is 9. 1 times 1 is 1. So I get the improper fraction 9/1, which is just 9. If you have any questions over this video, please be sure to jot those down and ask them the next time you see me in class. And until then, have a nice day. You're all wonderful people. Take care.